I bet. Chapter 17. All right, take my money. The past few days have been a whirlwind of emotions and uncertainty. It scares me. The things that I have been going through, that's been going on, I don't really know what to feel or what to do. I haven't talked to Sarah about it. I can't really put my thoughts and emotions in words. All I know is for sure that it's Nell and I definitely kissed, and this time I knew it was him. Oh. Hmm. Oh. Right. It's confusing because I'm pretty sure I wanted nothing to do with him for the longest time. Yet right now my hands are holding my phone and I'm typing a message to Nell. That day when I left the ball, I took his cape with me. So here I am asking him if I could drop it off sometime in return. I realize this is just a thinly veiled excuse to see him again, but I choose not to think about it too much. Immediately I get a reply text from Nell. I read it. It's an address. I'm confused. I start to type it back. Before I can even start, I get another message. It's a single word, come. It's almost like he's commanding me to come over. If I were in his state of mind, I would have probably told him to go jump off a cliff and jump the cave into a trash can. But I feel myself well up with a buoyant, buoyant feeling. Grab the stupid cape and head outside. Phone in hand with a GPS on. The GPS leads me to a nicer part of the city, much like where Angela lives. I come across the apartment complex and hesitantly stand in front of the entrance. I'm so nervous right now, it's stupid. I make my way to Nell's apartment and he lets me in. Alright, let's see his apartment. Okay. This is more his type, I see it. Nell greets me with a silent stare. He looks impeccable as well, as always, groomed and neat, like it's been drilled into it from a young age to present itself this way.
Hmm.
Good day. He greets me politely. I stand before him in the entrance hall like a bundle of nerves, my heart thrown into a tizzy as memories from a few days ago come rushing back to me. My eyes look over at his lips and I immediately look back up to him in his eyes. No, I can't be thinking about things like this right now. I need to return his cake, that's all. My excuse to see him is as thin and transparent as the fabric in my hands. Hello, I greet him back.
Hmm.
Come in, make yourself comfortable, Neil says, and gestures to the living room. Hesitantly, but with a skip in my step, I take a few steps back forward and further, nigga. I take a what the hold on. All right. Hesitantly, but with a skip in my step, I take a few steps further and enter his living room. It's just as spacious as I imagined. All the pieces of furniture are sleek and shiny in design, and they are all carefully placed, like each one serves a purpose. Everything is spotless as well. Certainly no cobwebs in the corner or dust bunnies hiding under the couch. It makes me feel out of place, like I don't belong here. It feels like a different world altogether. Nice place, I say with a tiny smile. It doesn't seem like you spend a lot of time here, though. Nell pauses, looking down. No, I spend a lot of time at the hospital. Sometimes there's simply so much work to do that I sleep in the lounge room over there. Who keeps the place clean? I can't imagine you do it. I say, why a maid, of course. Who else would want to do such lowly work? I clean my own place, I say with a pointed look. Most adults do. And I got other more important things to do with my time than to waste it on cleaning. Nell fixes his tie as if to make the point. I bite my lip and I give him a glare. Why purposely try to provoke me into a fight with him? Shouldn't we be past this by now? Regardless whether or not you clean up after yourself. No, I can't return this to you. I brandish the cape from my bag. Nell simply takes it from my hands without a word, although it seems more like he's trying to avoid looking at me. When his fingers collapse around the cloth, they brush against mine and Neil jerks back in surprise. I really don't know how to react to that, except I'm kind of I kind of want to I kind of want to touch Neil again. My eyes wander around the living room and I notice something familiar. On his coffee table there's a white vase that looks strikingly familiar to the one at Angela's apartment, the one she was bragging about. The point is I point at it with my finger. Angela has the same one. You guys must have similar tastes. Neil folds the cape over his arms as he looks at me. It's all elegant and dapper. I certainly hope so, considering the design. I designed them to. I designed them and she creates them. Oh, I raise my eyebrows at him. You design bases? Neil gives me a disapproving
Hmm.
look. I expected you to have been more clever than that and figured it out by now. He says dryly. I look around his apartment, seeing the seeing only the most expensive designer furniture, wondering what Neil means by that. Does he make furniture perhaps? Neil sighs as seeing me
Hmm.
struggle. Angela is a sculptor, a very well paid one, as you may have noticed. That explains some of the funny decorations in her home. I say with a nod, but you say you design them. A hobby of yours? Neil stays in silence for a while, looking down at the vase in question. His eyes are wavering, like he's undecided or conflicted about
Hmm.
something. I suppose it is all he says. It's not particularly a hobby when you got a bachelor's ah a bachelor's degree for it. I pursed my lips, carefully letting the information sink in. Apparently, Neil went to college for what exactly? Interior design. Honestly, I had no idea Neil went to college for that in the first place. I thought he merely got a job handed to him on a silver platter from his family. But interior design is all of all things. I had no idea. Is that why you? Is that what you do at the hospital? I asked. Did you design an entrance hall or something? Neil shakes his head with a chuckle. He
Hmm.
laughed. No, I don't think anything of the sort at the hospital. My father would raise hell about it. He straightens his back with a sigh. No, I just do boring paperwork and handle negotiations with other investors. That's all. That's the most important information you volunteered to me since the day we met. I say, a little bit surprised at myself. Neil averts his eyes away from mine, looking bashful at my presence. And that's all you're going to get, he says sternly. Now, if you'll excuse me for a moment, he gestures towards the cape on his arm and then walks out of the room. I awkwardly stand in the middle of his living room, not quite sure what to do with myself. So Nell has a bachelor's degree in interior design. I wonder what he was like during college. Probably not much different from now. Still mean spirited and arrogant to a fault. And yet I totally made out with him a few days ago. The way our kiss was cut short and it still leaves me longing for more. It's actually quite embarrassing. I haven't kissed anyone like that in a while now. Eventually I see it. What the fuck? Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Eventually, I seat myself on Nell's couch. It's so hard and uncomfortable to sit on, but it matches the rest of the fancy decoration in the room. I guess Nell prefers to look comfortable. Or, as he mentioned, he's not home very much, so he probably won't be sitting down on his couch for a long time either. Nell makes his appearance. Stop looking at me. Nell makes his appearance again, fixing his black hair as he walks over to me. I realize I'm staring at him, so I quickly look away. That black haircut is starting to grow on me. That shit big, girl. Shouldn't he put that shit up? Your couch isn't very comfy, I say jokingly. Nell sits down on the other end of the couch, and I'm a tiny bit disappointed he didn't want to get closer than that to me. You're right, he says with a sigh. It is uncomfortable to sit on. My eyes widen in surprise. He's not giving me some smart ass comment in return. Angela got this for me as a gift for purchasing my first apartment. Oh, so you didn't really get to have a say in it. Neil stretches out his arms across the back of the couch, and I'm hyper aware of how close his hand is near to my shoulder. Had I said anything negative about it, I'd never hear the end of it, so I'm stuck with it. I chuckled. That does sound like Angela to me. She'd talk his ear off, berating him for saying anything bad about the gift she gave him. Mmm. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Let's get something started in here real quick. Feeling there, and I shift a bit closer to Nell, and I lean. I'm gonna fuck you up, Taser. Piece of shit. Feeling there, I shift. God damn it. Feeling daring, I shift a bit closer to Nell, and I lean my cheek against the hand that is gripping the edge of the couch, all without breaking eye contact. Nell's eyes narrow, looking at me with an intense gaze, but he doesn't budge. He didn't even flinch this time. His hand feels warm against my cheek. Now we're stuck together. He takes a sharp breath, like he's holding himself back from saying something he doesn't want to. And then I can feel his finger twitch against my skin. He grazes it against my cheek softly and tenderly. He inches it along until his fingertips has nearly reached my lips. The tip of his fingers brush against my lips as soft as a feather. My heart rate speeds up at his touch. The tension in the air is getting stronger. We both know where, where this is leading to. Oh, who the fuck calling? Dude, then Nail's phone ring. He pulls away immediately and curses something under his breath as he pulls the phone from his breast pocket. Excuse me, I have to take this, Dale says, and then walks out of the living room once more. I sit there wondering what could have happened between us just now. On one night, I kind of want a repeat of what happened between us last night when we met. Huh? Yeah. No. Yeah. A text message from my home alerts me, and I check it real fast. It's Angela. She's asking me if I got time to have lunch with her today. In the other room, I can hear Neil talking on his phone as I try to reply to Angela. A few seconds later, and Neil walks back into the living room, slipping his expensive-looking cell phone into his pocket of his vest. I'm going to have to cut this short. My cousin just called me and wishes to see me for something urgent. I blink slowly, raising my eyebrow in surprise. You mean Angela? What other cousin could I possibly be referring to? Nell says with a sigh, the imaginary cousin who doesn't bug me all the time and cause trouble. No, I mean, she just invited me to the lunch. I trail off and show Nell the text message on my phone. This time, it's Nell who has surprise expression on his face. It looks like he can't process, process, blah, process it and shakes his head. Did she now? My phone beeps again. Angela has sent me the details of our meeting place, probably some expensive lunchroom. Although I've read it and it seems like the cafe that I go to quite often, the one next to the hospital. She wants me to meet at the cafe, I say. So Nell sighs, he's definitely not happy about something. That's where she asked me to meet up. I don't know what kind of trouble she's caused and why she's involving you into her business, but we should probably find out what she has gotten herself into. I nod at him. We both leave to the cafe. Neil and I arrive at the cafe. I've been a bit nervous being alone with him. Being alone with Neil all this time. I'm so glad I see Angela sitting at the booth in the back. A nice quiet spot. When she sees us, she waves over at us.
Hmm.
You look like you look a tad nervous. Did anything happen to you on your way here? She asked while inspecting every inch of my skin with her weary eyes. I swallow. No, I'm fine. I'm just concerned about you. Angela turns to look at Nell, who takes a seat at the booth. What did you tell her? Don't scare the poor girl. I sit down next to Nell, making sure to leave enough space between us. Lest I lest I get anxious again. I did nothing of the sort. How can you tell me what we're doing here and why I had to rush? Yes, Angela, please tell us why you had to ruin a nice moment
Oh.
between me and Nell. Oh, you didn't have to rush, you silly Nell. But I didn't. But I did, however, wanted the both of you together. Angela sips on her cup of coffee. Did you get into a row again with parents since you were drunk? Neil asked. No. Anyways, Angela's mouth shapes into a O and then innocently shakes her head. Why, of course not. Don't think so lowly of me. I was only tipsy at best. Nell gives her a glare and she crosses her arms across her chest. I told you stop engaging with my parents. They're not going to listen. I start to wonder just how big of a problem alcohol is for Angela. If I had to believe Neil's words, it's because a reoccurring problem. Not like I really understand her family dynamic or what's going on. I feel out of place, like I shouldn't be listening in. Nara starts to Angela starts to pout. You know, I can't even help myself when they're talking about deciding your fate. Aw, who else is going to have your back if your own cousin doesn't protect you? Aw, arranged marriage. I bet you that's some shit. Damn. I don't need to. I don't need you to be a hero or cause even more trouble, Angela. So please tell. So tell me what happened this time. Well, Angela cast her eyes downward, suddenly being more serious. I may have proposed. Oh shit! Find you a fiance. Neil looks flabbergasted, torn between surprise and embarrassment. She pushes the palm of his hand against his forehead and
Uh,
saying, "Before I lose myself here, can you please explain why you have come up with such a ridiculous idea? You see, I know they've been trying to work you too much. You simply can't handle the position Marcus has given you. In fact, you don't even want anything to do with the hospital, but it's like they don't care. You're overworked and tired, and it's absolutely too much.
uh,
Don't go deciding what I can or cannot handle." Nell spits out in anger, cutting off Angela's words. Why am I here again? This is sounding like a family dispute. When I tried to reason with them, Marcus would have none of it. Not until I mentioned that I knew they were looking for a marriage candidate for you, and that I actually had someone in mind. Suddenly I'm staring I'm starting to understand the reason why I'm here.
ooh,
You did not. Nell says in a low voice, narrowing his eyes at Angela. Anticipating the worst, Nell brings his hands to his face. I said I would play matchmaker if they had cut down your hours. Of course, of course, at first, I tried to bargain for you to be able to leave it up to. Wait a minute. Of course, at first, I tried to bargain for you to be able to up and leave the job, but that seemed to simply piss him off even more. However, Evelyn was intrigued with the idea of marrying off her son. Please don't let it be. Please don't let it be me. I know they've been looking for a while, so I struck a deal. Nell sinks his face into his hands. Me, son, dear, do you think you would be willing to help out my dim-witted cousin by pretending to be his fiance? Let out a nervous laugh as does Nell. I feel completely out of the element here. Oh my god, she really did mean it. She really did mean me. Nell is sitting next to me, not saying a word. I can only see that the tips of his ears are a nice salmon color. I'm pretty sure my own cheeks are blushing as well, since I have no idea how to answer this question. Me pretend to be Nell's fiance? What kind of TV drama did I step into now? You wouldn't need to do much at all. Just take a few cutesy pictures together, meet Marcus and Evelyn for dinner just once, and everything is set.
God.
And then what? Nell barks at her.
Uh,
Wouldn't they expect us to get married eventually? What possessed you to think this was any way of a good idea? You drivel in madness at this point. Just how drunk were you? Don't be so fussy about the details. You can simply announce you've broken the engagement afterwards. I mean, people are sometimes engaged for years, you know. Nell gestures at me with his hand. You want me to pretend to be in some kind of relationship with someone like her for an entire year? Why are you saying it like that? I take offense to that. I'm not saying you should stick together for an entire year, simply long enough to satisfy your parents and get them off your back. Isn't that what you want, or are you saying you love to being overworked at the job that I don't get a say in this? I pipe in. Nell ignores me. It solves nothing, Angela. Let's pretend for a second here we can fool my parents. They give me less hours to work. And who knows how long this will last. It'll only be for a little while until everything reverts back to normal work hours. Fundamentally, nothing has changed. And the only thing that has changed is that you cooked up some ridiculous scheme that's not worth my time. Well, I was a little tipsy at the time, Angela admits that with a small laugh. Nothing less if it means my cousin can stay in good health and not get sent back to the hospital for overworking himself, then it's worth it. Neil rolls his eyes. Don't be so dramatic. I simply passed out and decided to stay in one of the rooms since I actually have a kind of privilege for being a forester. My health was in no danger. It clicks in my mind that he was talking about the day Angela told me that Nell was in the hospital, and I rushed over to him like an idiot to see how he was doing. So he was actually fine this whole time. So I don't need you worrying about how much I'm working at the hospital. I can handle it. I didn't ask for you to bargain with my parents to strike some kind of deal about finding a fiance. Least of all, why would you involve her of all people? Angela's eyebrows finally lowered, and she looks genuinely upset. Excuse me for worrying about you. You know, it breaks my heart to see you work this much. Your 20s should be spent partying carefree to follow your dreams and passions. You shouldn't be wasting it away in some smelly old hospital among business associates. Well, you know I can't do much about that, he replies. I'm not going to do that. We go kind. Because first of all, it's none of my business, honestly. We being honest. And why not? Are you being forced to work? I simply asked. Suddenly, the both of them stopped talking and turned to look at me, realizing that I'm actually sitting here. They look at me like I mentioned something that has never crossed their mind. Mind you, I knew it. Now, if I would have said that other thing, they'd be like, "Bitch, are you dumb?" I'm like, "My man, nigga." All right, mind your business. You shouldn't even be here. You have no knowledge of what's going on here. It says now. I'm here because Angela invited me. I say, not backing down. And for some reason, I'm being dragged into this drama of yours. So I have to ask again, why not? No one is forcing you to work. You can just up and quit. Oh, believe me, I tried, says Angela. I even tried to get him fired, but his parents are dead set on him taking over as CEO. They want the hospital to stay in the family. And you can't say no, I asked. It's not that simple, Nell exasperated. I shrugged my shoulders and why not? Nell can't do it. Answers answers Angela for him. Maybe you can convince him for me. Angela, bite your tongue. There is no need to involve me and son in our family issues. And why in the world are we even discussing this at a cafe? We don't need to air out our dirty laundry. I really want some coffee, Angela says. Got a pretty big hangover from last night. So you were drunk, says Nell accusingly. Let's not change the subject. Nell turns to look back at me, get up. I'm leaving. Simply, I stand up on my seat to let him out from the booth. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on anymore. There's just so much information thrown at me, and I feel like I'm too much of a stranger to insert myself into this one. One thing is for sure, though. I'm not going to pretend to be your fiance. I tell. Oh, damn. I'm not going to pretend. Damn. Hold on. Let's go back to that. I tell he gonna cuss you out, be like, bitch, I never asked. The fuck, he's so petty. I tell him to his face as he passes me by, and and the irked expression crosses his nail in the face. I never expected you to be with a voice. I told you. He shakes his head at Angela as he exits the booth. Angela, just stop with the crazy ideas. I'm trying to work out deals with my family. I'm fine. Never finally takes his leave. Home. All right. I sit back down at a loss of words. What do I make of this conversation with crazy ideas? I was hoping he'd say yes. To you, wow. You look too lovely to reject, says Angela. I guess it wasn't worth a shot. I can think of any other ways to get him to stop overworking himself. I take a few minutes to collect my thoughts, and I wonder if I should say anything at all. If I should say anything at all. It's definitely not my place. Nell is right about that at least. Sorry for dragging you into this. Hope it didn't yeah, solely the relationship between you and Nell. I feel myself blush a little. We don't have much of a relationship. I recall the memories of last night that we kissed. No matter how much hard I can try to suppress the thoughts. However, I do see he has a very nice and caring cousin that has his back. I can say with a smile. I'm sure he's happy to have you in his life. You flatter me. You're such a doll. Now why don't we drink up some coffee and catch up? Tell me all about your latest ideas in fashion. Now that is something I can actually talk about. We stay in the cafe for a couple hours. Damn. Discussing fashion trends as well as Angela wanting to have another dress made by her for another formal event. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Angela, but in the back of my mind, I was still wondering about Nell. Mm, 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 mm. Damn. Let's go for another. I ain't gonna hold you. I wanna fix up the place a little bit. Look oh yeah, wait. I gotta go back. I gotta buy some shit. Hey, he's next on my list. I ain't gonna hold you. Soon after this one, man. But all right, let's see. Hmm. Oh, these kind of ass. My own wallpaper. Let's go with I like those stars. Damn, they want. I do like those stars, but at the same time, that purple nice. Floor. Yeah, I want it all dark though. Furniture. All right, let's see. Nah, we don't need all that. We don't need to do all that. They want too much money. There you go. All right, chapter 18. Let's get it. Ah, damn. After we talk in the cafe, Angela has commissioned me once more for a formal dress. This time, less naked. She said, "I guess it doesn't have to. I guess she doesn't have a date to impress." She invited me to the event as well. Okay. When I questioned her about it, she vaguely mentioned something about going to see the opera with some old farts and have dinner with them. She didn't give me much to go on, aside from the fact that it should be formal evening wear. Since I don't have many opportunities to design and wear a gown myself, I accepted her invitation, even though I have never really been to a opera. I was going to say opera. Lord Jesus. Meeting both Nell and Angela has certainly given me plenty of opportunities to attend formal events where I can show my talents. As I'm sketching out the ideas after closing time, I'm alerted by a knock on my door. Wondering who wondering who would disturb me at this time, I walk over to the entrance and look out the window. My heart skips a beat when I see that it's Nell. I unlock the door and let him in. Good evening. I greet him with my heart thumping louder. It's late. What are you doing here? Nell steps inside. He seems anxious about
Hmm.
something. It seems you don't check your cell phone at all that often, do you? My eyes dart over towards the counter where my phone is. I'm suddenly having ah flashbacks about how my back was pressed against the counter with Neil on top of me, and I'm trying my hardest to fight the burning blush from keeping creeping onto my face. Haven't checked it in a while. Why? Never mind that. I wanted to. He pauses, looking pensive. Discuss something with you. I fidget on the spot. I'm not quite sure what he means with that. I don't think I'm ready to discuss anything really. My emotions are a mess. There's no way I'm going to be able to push him into words. Like what? I asked. It's a bit awkward standing so close to him now, with what feels like a crime scene of evidence behind me is what did.
Hmm.
Ah, I fucked it up. It's gone. There's really no elegant way to put this, but Angela's delusional ideas made me realize it needs to be said. Again, he pauses, and I can feel my heartbeat speed up in anticipation. He better not say no bullshit like, I don't want to be together or I'm gonna fuck him up. Let's, we'll let him talk though. He clears his throat, looking clearly uncomfortable. Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
Oh, come
No,
on, bro.
no, no, no.
Why? Why
Why?
did we
Why?
even stop
Why?
this? What did we do? My mind goes blank. What the fuck?
Hmm.
It's for the best. This way, Angela won't be pulling you into her weird shenanigans, and I have some peace and quiet as well. So fuck what we had, right? Fuck what we did 3 other days. Oh my nigga. Oh, this shit finna get me mad. My mouth drops open, completely and utterly shocked. Did he seriously just say he wants to stop seeing me? Am I being unofficially broken up with? What I say? There's no need to involve yourself anymore. In fact, you can pretend we never met each other at all. Oh, oh, damn! Get the fuck out my shop, man, bro. Hold on, I can take this out finally. Hold on. Are you fucking serious, bro? You're telling me? Oh, you like that? Hey, I'm cussing him out. All right, bet then. Get the fuck out my shop, stranger. Get the fuck out, nigga. Oh, fuck you. Oh, damn. They better get this shit together or I'm gonna fuck somebody up. There's no need to involve yourself anymore. In fact, you can pretend we never met each other at all. Nigga, you know how heartbreaking that is? When a nigga was just like tonguing you down on your counter, same spot. Ain't that some shit? My mouth starts working again after processing the shock, but the words are still hard to get out. Is that what you want? I managed to choke out. Does he really want to stop seeing me like this? His words hurt more than I would have thought. Perhaps I was in too much of a blissful state to realize I was in too deep already. Neil's eyes twitches, and I can see him losing his composure. What? Isn't that wait? Isn't it what you want as well? Not to have to engage with me ever again? Like, where the fuck you get that from? You know what? I knew that shit hurt him. It was when we said, I don't want to pretend to be your fiance. That nigga took that shit to heart. He said, oh really? And fuck this bitch. That's what happened. I look at him while lowering my eyes. I don't know what to think or how to feel. He's right. Huh? I didn't want to have anything to do with him a few months ago. Yeah, a few months ago. But now we want to be in his arms. Like, what are we talking about? I wanted to be done with making him a blazer so I could get on with my life and pretend I never met this immature brat. But this immature brat threw me into a turmoil the night of the ball we kissed. Not once, but twice. And the second time was definitely no accident. I've been avoiding thinking about this deeply since then, but confronting my feelings, confronting Nell seemed like such a whatever I am. A task that scared me, as it meant for facing the unknown. And we gotta do this. He's trying to cut us off. We gotta tell him everything before we fuck. I don't know what I have with Nell, but I don't know why I kissed him or why he kissed me. These questions are burning inside of me. Am I never gonna get that answer? Oh, see, like fears. I could be fears to be like, fine, fuck you, nigga. It's not what I wanted at all. Yeah, we gonna be calm. We gotta tell him. Fellas is taken back by my answer and then gives me a conflicted look. Like he doesn't know what to do with me, how to respond with a blunt answer. It's like I hit him with a wrecking ball. He can't lie to me that you can't. Well, fuck, I'm fucking up. You can't lie to me and say it's what you want as well. My voice is low and steady, even though my heart is beating out of control. Neil jerks back, putting distance between us. Can't you see I'm trying to do you a favor here? Angela, Angela's crossed the line and she has no right to drag you down into our family business. So I'm here cleaning up her mess. You don't need to feel responsible for me. You're. Oh shit! What's wrong with this nigga's head? He said, "You're nothing to me." Bet. Get the fuck up my school. Bet. Get the fuck out my store. No. It's gonna make me cry. I'll take a step back, lowering my head and trying very hard not to let out, trying hard not to let it get to me. My heart is quickly masked by the anger that wells up inside of me. Fine, I snap back at him, then leave. And don't you dare come back. The, oh, Lord Jesus. The more bite my words have, the less I feel my heart aching for him. Oh, this nigga pisses me the fuck off. See, it's what you want as well, he says with a nod of his head. Like he was right all along. Bitch, like I only said that because you showing I don't like you. You don't like me. I'm nothing to you. Who the hell would keep going and say, but I love you? Oh, I don't mean that to you. Get the fuck out. Bitch ass nigga. The fuck? It's a the fucking bastard. I angrily point at the door. Leave, I yell. Huffs at me in anger. Goodbye. Bye, bitch. I slam the door with his ass too. Then he turns around and leaves the store. Once more, I collapse on the counter, but this time it's for an entirely different reason than last time. I'm angry and I'm hurt. I didn't realize Nell's words would sting so much. Then again, I don't know why I would ever delude myself to thinking Nell cared about me. God. Ooh, he a dumb ass bitch. He better fix this shit now. I see. Not. I don't know. I don't know what to do, bro. Nell cared about me, even if it was just for a little. He's always looked down on me. Anyway, it doesn't even matter if it was some kind of hero to. If I was some kind of hero to him when he was a little kid. After all, he's not a little kid anymore. He's a grown man making his own decisions in life, and he decided he doesn't want to see me anymore. I checked my phone real quick and noticed I had two messages. One missed call from his his Majesty. Both messages are him asking if we can meet up tonight. My fingers hover over the delete contact button, and nah, delete that shit. Delete. Do that shit up. Shit, I don't don't know what to do. Man, delete that shit. And fuck that nigga for real. Fuck that nigga. We gonna fuck with Angela. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to that. We ain't going to that opera. Cause you already know who gonna be there. I'm not going. The next couple of weeks, I drown myself in work. Christmas passes by in a blink of an eye. Even New Year's is something I barely remember celebrating with Sarah. Damn. I do overtime. I sew and stitch whenever I can. get the chance. I'm making phone calls here and there to order fabric. I do everything in my power to keep my mind from straying far too away from work. Because nothing good will come out from thinking about now. Man, fuck that nigga. Angela seems to be oblivious, which is good. So she won't bug me about it. At least this whole ordeal left behind is a good friend. I've been working on both of our. Oh, you're still going. Okay. Both of our dresses fit for the opera. What the fuck? Why do I keep saying opera? Opera. Angela's dress is finished, and I needed her to come over to do the final fitting for any alterations. I managed to get Angela's inside a black dress.
Hmm.
Okay, that look nice. I really, this looks fabulous, my dear. Angela coos at me once she sees herself in the mirror. She makes a few flashy poses, trying to look sexy and haughty. I make a few notes to tuck in some bit at the bottom hem, but the dress seems to suit her just fine. I breathe a sigh of relief. My work is paid off. Angela undresses and hands it over to me. I carry it over to my sewing machine and start tacking at the hem.
Uh,
Have you ever been to an opera before? It's nothing fancy, really. People who believe themselves to be important and tend to inflate their egos. Don't let it get to you. I give a small chuckle while I push the fabric along the needle. Then why did you get in the
mm.
invitation? Well, Angela says, a bit dismissive. I get invitations to loads of events. I have to network where I can, and for you, it's great as well. People might want to know who made this fabulous dress. Lord knows that I've been praising your name from the rooftops since last time. And thank you for that, I say, although I've yet to hook another client such as you. Well, I guess we need to change that. No, Angela winks at me. I'm sure something great will happen. So, who is it that invited you? And are they tagging along with us? I asked. Maybe I can snag them as a
uh,
potential client. Just some old couple, lovely people. Yeah, you know who it is. It's their parents. It's Nell parents. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them and fuck their son. Bitch ass niggas. When they're in a good mood, not so lovey when they're in a bad mood, but it's absolutely no problem that you're coming along. I told them all about you, and they're excited to meet such a wonderful and talented young woman such as yourself. I wanted to see how much Angela told them about me. It's not like it's anything special. I guess we'll see. I give the dress back to Angela once more once I'm finished. She tries, once more. Oh, I fucked that up. Yeah, anyways. The cut of the hem is looking a lot better, and Angela seems pretty stoked at the final result. She takes it off immediately and neatly places it on the counter. There's hold on. All this damn reading. Dazzling. Simply dazzling. All it needs is a nice diamond necklace to finish it off. I bite down to prevent myself from making a snappy comment about me not being able to afford something like that unless I work 10 years straight. Sometimes Angela really does seem to live in a whole different world. I wonder how much money she's doing making. Oh, well, she makes doing pottery of all things. All right, I heard about your job. You make
uh,
pottery. Angela smiles at me. I make all kinds of art, love. I love to sculpt and get. Oh, hold on. You're fucking. And let my imagination go wild. It's a passion of mine. It's a passion of mine to travel the world and see the many art pieces of art that people create. Italy has been my latest escapade. Damn, I'm fucking up. No. Ah, yeah. After this episode, we might give it a break. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm fucking up too much. It makes me happy to see you doing something you love. Then I say it reminds me of myself. I moved here to start my own boutique and to create clothes are happy to wear. That people are happy to wear. I love making clothes as well. I've been doing this once my grandma passed away. You see, she used to sew me all these girly dresses, and I didn't want to wear them back then. I wanted to play in the mud and get dirty. I didn't want to be girly, so I never wore these dresses. Angela looks at me in a comforting smile on her face, letting me say my piece. It's hard to imagine you as a tomboy, she chuckles. I really was, but after my grandma passed, I was left with these boxes full of dresses she made for me. It made me so sad I cried for the whole week straight on the attic with that box. My mother gifted me the sewing machine my grandma used, and I guess I fell in love with it ever since. That's a lovely memento of your grandmother. I'm sorry you had to say goodbye to her so soon. I smile at her, happy to be revealing my memories of my grandma again. That's okay. She gives me a passion in life. That's great. Life is all about going after your dreams and finding your passion. Angela suddenly looks timid. That's why I'm so concerned about Nell. Oh no, the one subject I wanted to avoid, but it would be rude to tell her not to talk about him. She looks at me with a hopeful eyes. He's stressed at work. It's chaining him down. I know he wants to do something else with his life, but he doesn't want to defy his parents. I conflict. I'm conflicted about wanting to hear more about Nell and wanting to tell Angela to stop talking. He's gotten a bachelor's degree in interior design, yet he doesn't do anything with it. Instead, he's wasting his potential in a family business. It's infuriating, really. Angela takes a deep sigh. It's that why you wanted me to pretend to be his. Is that why you wanted me to pretend to be his? I asked, a bit hesitant. Oh, that, Angela says with a dramatic voice. Actually, his parents have been looking for a fiance for a while. They want him to get into an arranged marriage as they fear he won't get into a relationship on his own and give them the lovely little grandchild they so desperately want. When I told him if they could cut back down on his hours, then he might have time to have a relationship, so I kind of proposed that idea. They really do live in another world to be talking about arranged marriages. I feel so sorry for the person unlucky enough to be a candidate for such a marriage to His Majesty. But don't worry, everything will be all right. I've got plans. Oh Lord Jesus, says Angela determined. I wonder what she's scheming now, but decide against asking her. Now let's get the dress back into some plastic so I can carry it back home. All right, about your shoes. I mean, about your dress. Have you started on that yet? She asked. I made a few stitches and have got a general idea in my head, but I haven't started the construction yet. She gives me a devious smirk. Pick something dark blue. It'll go lovely with your eyes. You know why she telling me the color? Guess who gonna pop up in that color? It's fuck that nigga for real. I suddenly remember something I need to ask Angela. About the ticket to the opera, how much is it? Angela shakes her head at me. I invited you over. I can't expect you to pay for your ticket as well. No, don't worry. This is on me. Angela stays with me to discuss more ideas for my dress before she leaves to go home. The date of the date of the opera is in 2 weeks, so I better hurry and finish my dress. I hope I don't run into Nell since I'm hanging out with Angela. Guess you are. You knew this from the start. What are we talking about? Oh shit, let's see what this dress look like. Hey, this shit better be banger, cause it's my dress. Let's see. Hey, it's alright. It's cool, it's cool. I don't like the gloves, but it is an opera. They do be having the gloves and shit. Okay, okay. And I have, do I have gloves? Shit, I don't. Let's shop for that now real quick. Alright. Chapter 19. Alright, it's almost 6 o'clock and I'm waiting for Angela to pick me up at my home so that we can attend the opera together and have dinner afterwards with her guest of honor. I'm all dressed up and I'm a little bit nervous. I've, I've never been to an event like this and will probably feel out of place, much as I felt out of place at the ball, but I had to stay strong. It's snowing and it's so hard to make out for what's going on in the distance. I can hear a car pull up and see a very fancy looking car on the street. And inside, I see Angela who waves at me, beckoning me to come over and get in. Quickly, I make my way over to the passenger side and open the door and make myself comfortable as I slip into the seat. Everything on the inside of it white leather. Ooh, oh, you already know she tried. I don't know. It's definitely a expensive car. It's very warm too. She probably rocking a Tesla. Honestly, you ready to get? Are you ready to get bored? Asks Angela with a half-hearted laugh. I simply smile at her. I'm excited and nervous. Don't be. You probably won't even be able to follow what's exactly going on, and dinner won't be that exciting. But enough about that. You look lovely as always. That dress is to die for, perfectly styled as well. I blush a little at the compliment. Angela presses the gas pedal, and we're on our way to the opera house. The lobby is filled with lots of people conversating before the start of the show.
Hmm.
Come on, let's get our seats. Angela starts to hurriedly walk towards the gates. I try my best to keep up with her while wearing high heels. We enter the auditorium, which is richly decorated with vintage designs and detailed with gold freckles. Flex. Flex. It said flex. I didn't say flex. Okay. In the distance, with the stage, a large red curtain covers most of it. Tons of people walking along the side of the aisles trying to get to their seats. Angela looks at our ticket to find the right seats, and we make our way through the ocean of chairs. We end up sitting somewhere in the back, or at least the stage is in the middle. I look at the empty seats next to us. So, where are your guests of honor? I
Hmm.
ask. Fashionably late, answers Angela. The auditorium gets filled with more and more people as time passes, and it's almost time for the show to start. That's when I hear someone call out for Angela's name from behind us. Angela gets up from her seat and greets the two people with an air
Hmm.
kiss. You made it. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! It's an oh shit! It's their parents. God damn! It's an older man and older woman, both dressed impeccably well. With they give off this rich impression. The man is very intimidating looking, executing a position of power. The woman is frail and thin, and that's in recap. This the lady that did the fashion show for us and was finna hook us up with more money, but then you already know what happened. Anyways, like she stepped out from a
Ah.
painting. This is the girl I've been telling you about. This is Amiya Sanyushi. The man sticks out his hand and quickly accepts the firm handshake. Marcus, and this is my wife, Evelyn. Those names click something in my head. Those are Nell's parents. I shoot a dirty look at Angela, who gives me an innocent smile. Nice to meet you, I say in a low voice. I immediately take a seat again cross my arms. Angela didn't say anything about Nell's parents, meeting Nell's parents. Please don't let this be a part of some kind of. I'm surprised you're wearing something even remotely resembling modest at this time. Aw, shit. I look up from my seat. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Oh, we gotta deal with this shit. Hey, not gonna lie. Few minutes in, I'm like, oh, Angela, I got an emergency. I'm getting the call. Girl, I gotta go. What? I am not staying there the whole time. It's Nell, wearing a dashing tuxedo that makes him look sophisticated, but it's most definitely Nell. Angela says Nell with a low growl after his eyes meet mine. Is something the matter here? Marcus required. Yes, there is something the matter here. Neil looks at his father, then back at me, then finally gives Angela the deli look. No, everything is peachy fine, he said sarcastically. His father doesn't pick up on it.
Ah.
You must be Nels. Oh, no! Oh, what the fuck? She still set it up anyways. Oh, what the fuck? I thought she told this nigga no. Ah, shit. All right, here we go. Bullshit. You must be Nell's fiance. It's so nice to meet you, dear. Is she? Ooh, are we gonna go with it? Please don't make that a choice, cause I don't know what I'm gonna choose. It's so nice to meet you, dear. I've heard from Angela that you design your own clothes. Asks Evelyn as she sits down. For a few seconds, I look like a fish out of water with my mouth open and closing at random. I'm pretty sure Angela set me up under the pretense of inviting me to the opera, when in reality, it was me letting it. It was she was letting me meet Neil's parents to go through with her ridiculous scheme. And right after Neil said he didn't want to see me anymore, I could kill Angela right. I'm going to school nerves so much after this. No, no, don't make me choose. Ooh, that make me mad. Fuck, 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 fuck. Shit. Why would they make me choose? This is gonna be hard. Cause okay, let's analyze our choices real quick. Hold on. Let's analyze our choices real quick, bro. We go fears. We have to flat out look in their parents' eyes and be like, Angela bullshitting. I'm not the fiance. Fuck your son. Like, that's basically what we gotta do. But on the other hand, we just go along with it. Be like, yeah, I create shit. And then after we have this, I don't want nothing to be awkward. Cause I still want to eat, you know what I mean? After this convo, we be like, oh, we broke up. Easily. Easily say that. So I'm gonna be kind. And I'm gonna go with it. Cause if we expose her now, I feel bad for Angela. I feel bad, but at the same time, bitch did it to herself. But we gonna go kind route. We ain't gonna start no shit. We gonna go with the flow. Why? Yes, I do. Yep, we ain't even gonna mention the fiance shit. We just gonna answer closed questions. Yes. Why? Yes, yes, I do. This dress was designed by me as well. I answer in the politest voice I can muster up. It looks absolutely stunning on you. Don't you think so too? Aw, shit. He gonna say no. In Illinois, he's being asked for his opinion. Simply continues to stare straight ahead of him and mumbles something in agreement. Don't you give me that kind of don't you give me that kind of attitude, young man, says Evelyn in a sturdy voice. Compliment your date. It's only polite. It's nice to know at least his parents were trying to teach Neil some manners because I can recall the many times it seems he left them at the door. Oh shit. Neil finally acknowledges me. You look nice, he says. I know he's being forced to say this, but those words sting. Yeah, piece of shit. Neil's already made it clear he doesn't want to see me, so hearing fake compliments thrown my way only makes it worse. I want to escape this hell, but I don't want to appear rude to Neil's parents who don't really know what's going on here. It's not their fault. Angela is a little conniving little is a conniving little. At most, I'm starting to sound like Neil here. Hey, what was that? Oh, the show's almost starting. Evelyn claps her hands to get their attention. Now let's all enjoy this evening together. Speak for yourself. There are all sorts of emotions bubbling up inside me, but I'll do my best to stay quiet for as long as I can possible. I just need to get through this and I can leave. A crowd of people rushing into their seats and find the red curtains open up. The auditorium quiets down. You can only hear the shuffling of fabric and footsteps. A lady wearing a very big dress walks up into the stage and stands in front of the orchestra. Then the violins start playing. It sends chills down my spine. It sounds so sad. After a short intro of strings, the rest of the orchestra starts playing, and the woman starts to sing. I'll be honest, I'm only half paying attention to the show. I keep thinking about Nell being here with his parents and how Angela tricked me into coming along. It simply is not something I expected out of Angela. I'm sorely disappointed in her for kicking up something like this. I want to leave as soon as possible. The opera slowly moves along, all while I'm sitting here on the edge, and it's not because of this beautiful performance. Finally, the woman stops singing and the orchestra stops as well. There's an announcement saying they'll be back after a 20-minute break. The crowd starts to leave their seats to grab something to drink or use the bathroom.
Hmm.
I'm going to get something to drink. I'll be right back, Angela says as she speeds right out of here. I'm glaring I'm glaring at her back. She's running away from having to face my wrath, and that's also when I realize I'm left alone with Nell and his parents.
Ah.
Shit. Are you enjoying the show? Asked Evelyn politely. I still have to be polite. You know, I barely was following it. Yes, I am. It's
Mhm.
lovely. We can never get Nell to enjoy them, so I'm glad someone his age does. Nell quietly sits up from his seat. I'm getting something to drink as well. Before Nell can leave, Evelyn pulls on her son's hand and looks over at to me. Are she going to offer your date something to drink as well? Be a get on that nigga ass. Yeah. Nell looks at me. I can see he wants to roll his eyes desperately, but he's restraining
Hmm.
himself. Would you like to have something to drink? I shake my head no. As soon as Nell gets his answer, he leaves. I'm left alone with his parents, and it's making me feel quite awkward.
Hmm.
So, I mean, a sign. Where did you meet Nell? Evelyn is going to ask me things about me and Nell. At least Marcus seems to be staying quiet. I'm at the cafe. I accidentally spilled some coffee on him. Evelyn gives me a small chuckle, the old classic. I'm happy to see that it didn't sour your relationship from the start. I giggle nervously. That's pretty much the opposite of what happened. Me and Neil definitely got off to the wrong foot. What he thinks of me right now, I have no idea. I don't even want to think of Neil at the moment. I kind of wanted to strangle him though, if that counts. Excuse me. I was gonna find the bathroom. I say so that I have an excuse to escape the questioning of Evelyn. Maybe I can find Angela and berate her for dragging me into this. I get up from my seat and leave the auditorium. There's a bunch of people standing there in line to get drinks or food, but I don't spot Angela or Nell anywhere. When I'm looking around for the bathroom signs, I suddenly feel my hand yanked on. He's like, "Fuck you doing here, bitch? I was your fucking cousin, nigga." I pulled aside against the wall, away from the crowd. "What are you doing here?" He hisses at me. I glare at him. "What are you doing here?" I ask back, and I free my hand from his. Jerk. Hey, you should have called him a bitch. Bitch. I felt like I needed to add that. You did. You had to sprinkle that in. Our nail is way too close for comfort and it's giving me all too many conflicting feelings. Seeing him in a tuxedo instead of a regular dress shirt and a vest is also throwing me off
Hmm.
for a loop. I came here with my parents. No one mentioned I was going to be on some kind of date with my fake fiance. Nell sounds completely pissed off. Well, I didn't know either, so stop making it sound like you're accusing me of something. Angela set me up. Nell backs away from me a bit and pauses to think. That angry expression on his face slowly fades into a
Uh-huh.
milder one. I knew it. I always knew she was going to pull you into her shenanigans. He looks at me with fierce eyes. I told you to stay away. Hey, I'm just Hey, just because I don't want to see you anymore doesn't mean I have to stop talking to Angela. She's my friend. Or was. I don't know. What she pulled right now definitely isn't acceptable, but you don't get a say in who I see or don't. I understand I have no control over who you speak to, but perhaps I wasn't clear enough on that day. Nell takes a step closer to me, strapping me with my back
Hmm.
against the wall. If you want to live your life drama free, then stay away from me and my lunatic of a cousin. It will only cause us trouble if you keep sticking around. I get it, I get angry in return, having Nell say the same thing to me again. It hurt the first time, now it's simply infuriating. Nell, you're an enigma to me. One day you want me around, then hold on, want me around. The other you're chasing me away. You don't even know what you want. What what right do you have in deciding for me? I'm an adult. I can make my own decisions just fine. Well, gee, I didn't realize you liked being around me that
Hmm.
much. Perhaps I should sign a photograph of myself. Hey, no, no, no. Stop this shit. I ain't gonna you talking shit. Perhaps I should sign a photograph of myself. and hang it over to keep you satisfied. Maybe frame it and hang it up on your boutique. Ooh, sarcasm is dripping from his voice. Man, my face flushing red. I'm not saying that. Oh no, we not flushing. What are you saying? Nell is. Mm. I bite down my lip. What am I saying? I don't know myself. This whole nail thing was already complicated enough before we even touched each other's lips, let alone now when we roped in playing his fake fiance while Nell told me to stay away. I stare at Nell long and hard. I don't know what to say or formulate thoughts. Hey, give me my turn to say something. I'm finna cuss him out. He gazes right back into my eyes, and the murmur of a crowd falls to the background. Right now, we only had eyes for each other. Something deep inside me starts to stir, and I look away from him to curb the feeling. I don't know, but I do know that I don't like it when you go ahead and decide things for me. And no, fuck that nigga. I don't like him no. I hang my head down and fiddle with my fabric of the gown. Typical. Yeah, he talking too much shit. She trying to be all Philly. Fuck this nigga. Typical. He says with a huff. I should have turned around the moment I saw you sitting down in that seat. You're free to leave. I snap back. Yeah, you're free to leave, bitch. I will leave after the show ends. I'm sure you can come up with a good excuse to skip dinner. She invited you over for dinner as well? Asked Nell, sounding surprised. I didn't know it was going to be your parents, okay? But I'm not going to stick around and play house with you. Not when you I don't know, told me to stay away from you. Finally, sick of discussing this with Nell, I turn around, ready to walk away and find the bathroom. But I'm stopped once more as Nell grabs me by the hand. Wait, he says, what? Fuck you. I saw in defeat and look him in his eyes. Now what? My parents, they can't find out. Find what? Find out I'm not really your fiance. I say with a huff. At least you have some amount of brains. Ooh, continue to insult me. Continue insulting me. My intelligence. I'm walking out of here right now. I warn him. Yeah, nigga. Get that shit in check, nigga. Nails follows, and the expression on his face softens. The hold he has on my hands relax as well. He covers it with the other hand in a reassuring way.
Oh.
My apologies. I'm a little on edge and taking it out on you when I should be taking it out on Angela. I'm a bit speechless with how fast Nell apologized for his mean comment. I didn't expect it, not in a million years. Nell takes a deep breath. I know I told you to stay away from me, and I promise after this you won't hear from me again. However, I'm asking you if you could hold out until after dinner before leaving. I can still salvage things afterwards. I'm not making no bitch ass nigga apologize. Aren't you out of favors here? I already made you that blazer for your watch. I say in an accusing voice. And as I recall, you were the one who wanted to stop seeing me. You can't say that and turn back on your words right now. Have you no regards to anyone's feelings besides your own? You think I like being tugged back and forth? Glare at Neil. I feel like all this pent up anger and hurt towards him right now. You selfish jerk. Yeah. Neil looks Neil looks shocked, and at the same time, there's guilt written over his face. He drops his he drops my hand. His eyes are cast down towards the ground. He looks completely drained. My actions are confusing to me as well. I merely wish to have Enza not pull you into any further eccentric plans. I know firsthand how much trouble she can cause. But, but, okay, but it still happened the way I knew it would happen. He
Uh.
sighs deeply. I didn't want to rope you into this. I didn't want you to meet my parents. I didn't wish for any of this to happen. And you came up with the bright idea to simply cut me off from your life. How's that working out for you? I will not back down until Nell realizes I have feelings and he should stop toying with them. Obviously, it backfired. Nell grits his teeth and shifts his eyes away from mine. I'm not going to do anything until you apologize to me. You really pissed me off. Do we really need to do that here? He hisses and looks at his left and right. Hey, you're the one who pushed me against this wall. I paused and against the counter for that matter. Yeah. He need to lock in. Oh, Nell face flushes red, recalling memories from a couple of weeks ago. He takes a step away from me and responds, "Was it really such a terrible idea?" He softly mutters, the face turned away from me. This way, I'm still left with some shred of sanity. Being with you manages to turn my life upside down. Oh crap, a tingling sensation enters my heart. Hearing him say that, no, no, I should be strong. I can't be wooed by Nell here. It was a terrible idea, and I'm still waiting for an apology. Aw, damn. Nell bites down on his lips, his golden eyes glaring at me, but with no ill intentions. He seems conflicted mostly. He starts pausing for a second to clear his throat. Sorry. I can't help but to find Nell's adorable amidst in the chaos. He's being submissive. He's apologizing. I didn't think even I would ever seen the day where Nell would meekly go along with what I asked of him. Since when did he grow a
Hmm.
conscience? Now, could you please be my fiance? Other people passing by overheard Nell's words and suddenly start going, "Oh, he's proposing." Both Nell and I turned red at the misunderstanding. It really did sound like a proposal. Well, don't leave the people hanging in the background. What's your answer? I don't know. Maybe I should go and gravel some more. I say nonchalantly. Uh, I'm not graveling. He raises his voice. I'd rather be subjected to Angela's schemes 1,000 times before I will beg you for anything. You're not in a position here to be saying that, though, I point out. I can still easily walk out. I start moving away from the wall. No. Nell awkwardly reaches for my wrist to stop me, misses completely, and trips over his own 2 feet. He steadies. Going. He steadies himself against the wall next to me and breathes in a shaky breath. His eyes are a bit wide and surprised, like he can't believe that just happened. He turned into a bubbling and stumbling fool. I smirk at him, knowing that I've gotten him under his skin. Seems Nell isn't immune to clumsiness. Please, he says through gritted teeth. This is more like it. I can feel my own anger going away with each sound. Fine, I'll do it. He says. I say, I'll pretend to be your fiance for now. Nell looks shocked. Really? He says in a high tone. Nell quickly composes himself. I mean, of course. Will you let me go so I can go to the bathroom? Nell backs away from me. I'll get some drinks for us. Then I'll see you in the auditorium. We finally part ways. All right. All right. We can call it in here. You know what I'm saying? This was a good session right here. I ain't gonna hold you. We got some fire ass scenes. Nigga, fire ass scenes. But what else? So y'all think they gonna be able to keep up that? I ain't gonna hold you. I got confidence. I got confidence they will come back together and it's gonna end happily. Now needs to get his feelings in check because he keep saying some bullshit. You mean nothing to me. What? But you up here like, bro, nigga, lock in and tell her how you really feel before I fuck you up. I'm not finna hold you. All right, y'all.